Hi guys, it's D4 Takedown again, and we're still covering the Star Wars Galactic Battlefront. Last time we covered some of the basics, a quick view of movement keys, of moving people around, bits and bobs. We also covered the basics of the resources. First one obviously is the carpet to collect first, the easiest one always is the food stockpile. What am I talking about? And then, of course, the Nova, the gold, always reasonable, and the most difficult but most valuable, the ore stockpile, or the stones. Much more useful later, in later tech levels. Now, as you can see, I've been a little busy since we last saw. I've opened up most of the map now. But on this one, we're going to go with good ideas of what to do when you're building your base. Now, we're just about to hit level tech 3. We're going to cover a couple of the basics now. Oh, this is the basic tutorial. Now, when you're placing down your resource areas, like the carbon here, always put it close to the trees, maximize the amount that you're going to get as quick as you can, and always remember power, because this game is kind of based on power cores. So, always a wise idea to go with a power core next to some of your resources, but the general plan is get your resource stations or the resource collectors as close as possible. Then when we come to military buildings, one of each is always good to start, or if you want to build an army quicker and a lot more, well, stronger, building multiple buildings is always a good idea. So building 2 or 3 of your barracks is a great idea. Never ever a bad idea to have more troops, I suppose. When coming to building your defensive towers, try and plan out the best way to protect your area from people not coming, obviously, into your area. So, as you've seen here, I've kind of logged off this bit across the map. I've used this wall to my advantage. And here's the only open areas that they can really get past on land. So, I've built basically a wall of towers. Of course, you could build a wall, not arguing with that, it's also a very wise idea, but I think it's a resource that can wait till later to really get going. I like to leave a bit of space in between each tower because once you've obviously got to tech level 4, which we are about to hit, oh no, tech level 3, my apologies, we get these SAM sites, basically turrets, and I like to pop a few in between or around every other sort of thing. And yeah, you have to make kind of a full line because, well, air-based units can go completely over without much of an issue. Now, as I pointed out before, I've been building a little bit of an army because, well, since I built these ones here, I've been attacked because there was some the green stuff, basically, the gold. So yeah, we've got other guys here trying to take out the wood, so having towers about, always helpful, you know, it has to be said. Always, rule of thumb, always upgrade as quick as you possibly can. Now, a few hotkeys. I usually use the full stop button because that shows your lazy workers. If you use the comma, well, it gives you the lazy soldier units. Now, of whatever units you've got highlighted, so we'll take an air trooper unit here, move now so you can see, and if you hit the delete button, instant death. So if you've built the wrong troop, or you're running out of space to get specific troops and you've got too many villages, really good idea, just kill them off. It's about as easy or as simple as that, really. Now, what I'll be doing in a minute is obviously building up a little bit of my army, and I'm going to invade, I believe, Mr. Green. So, when we come back shortly, I will have upgraded to the maximum of tech level 3. I would have bought all the buildings, and we'll go through them quickly. As we showed last time, you know, these are your basic troopers. The first one here is literally a bowcaster because we're playing as the Wookiees on this one. There's a variety of other groups that you can play as. My personal favourite is the Republic. Of course, we've got the anti-airs because they have air-based units. They are quite valuable. Unfortunately, they don't do anything to ground-based units. Literally nothing. They're just sitting dogs. I don't tend to do too much with the heavy mounted troopers. They're meant to be good, but in all fairness, if you have enough bowcasters, you're doing the same amount of damage, really. And then grenade troops. Well, grenade troops, area of effect. As always, we have your Jedi Knights, which are the monks. They go off and collect the Holocrons, which are commonly known in Age of Empires the relics. So, always helpful to have one or two of them, because they actually battle on this one. They do fight back, which I do enjoy. Then, of course, we have our mech factory. Now, because we've just upgraded this, we've got a few extra little toys. Higher up you go, obviously the better they're going to be for attack, defense, hit points, that sort of thing. There's also a siege workshop that I now should have access to. Just here, the heavy weapons factory is our siege shop, and then, as I told you before, we now have air-based units, and of course we have an air base. And of course, my personal favourite, none of us can live without, the fortress. Oh yes, fortress is quite literally one of the best buildings that you can put anywhere, because it builds one of the strongest units, which is, I will get to that, I'll let you know about that once it's built and we're fully upgraded. Now I'm going to build some houses. Oh, something I forgot to tell you about fortresses. They increase the amount of troops that you can have naturally. I can't remember if it's only by 20 or 25 population increase, but either way, a fortress is like the equivalent of 4 houses, which you can't argue with. It's got great defenses, it naturally defends things for you. It also has an anti-air built in, which again I think is a beautiful thing to have. So always helpful. And well, if we have enough time, no, it's going to take a little too well. We might have enough time. We need to gather up some troopers here, and we are most certainly going to need more troops. That's a given. Now, if we get all our boys a little busy, we might actually be able to build some type of formidable defensive system. Oh, balls, here we go. We've got Jar Jar and his crew as the red enemies on this one. So yeah, a little artillery of theirs that they thought was a good idea to drag down. I'm not too impressed by it, but what can you do? Let's do a bit of upgrading. We're going to need some of that there. How are we looking? Oh, look, Grandy kicking the crap out of it regardless. Oh, yes, that's something we need to do. Now, what you want to do is, obviously, when you come to the ball center, you want to have a look at different types of technology that you can unlock, because some really useful for certain groups, other groups completely and utterly useless. So it varies from crew to crew. You kind of just want to keep an eye on that sort of stuff. Oh, look at that, they have their own castle, how nice. That's cute, that's sweet, isn't it, guys, eh? Oh, they're bombing the crap out of my shit. I haven't even built one yet, like, bombing me. Heartless, guys. I can't believe it. I'm stunned, I'm shocked. And they're walking into my base. Okay, we need to... We definitely need to start building some more defensive turrets, towers. Oh yeah, a nice little piece of advice on this: the villagers don't get attacked. You can literally walk almost anywhere on the map and a villager will not get attacked. So they are brilliant, and I truly mean brilliant as the scouts. You know, you couldn't find any other unit that can literally walk into your enemy's base and not have an issue with it and just go, oh yeah, carry on, just walk in, have a look around, see if you enjoy it. The only thing I will say that will slow you down let's build a berserker. Yeah, the only thing that will slow you down is the walls. Yeah, they are a bit of a bastard to get past, I have to say. Now, what we want you to build a research center. The research center is more capable of upgrading your gunner towers and other defensive-based things. So it's always helpful to have something like that kicking about at some point. Oh hey, I think they're actually attacking my villager for once. Makes a change. Let's see if we can just get you up there. There's some generalized defenses, but as you can see, the more defenses that you actually build out of a certain area, because I'm actually now building towards their bases, they start to get a little arsey. Even on easier modes, that they are really quite arsey about that sort of stuff. The closer you build to them, the more they'll try and attack you until, well, they're out of resources. If you want to play the game that way, that strategy of basically forcing their hand to eventually run out of resources, and they can't build anything more and you're basically left with all the resources, that's a great strategy. It's a bit time consuming, because I have actually completed this game doing that strategy, and I think it took me over a month to do. So, wasn't, you know, the wisest of my ideas, but it was a fun idea. It has to be said. It has to be said there. Has to be said there. It was quite entertaining, but I got really bored, and it got really tedious. So yeah, we'll upgrade our towers. As I was saying before, you know, the research center, really good for defensive-based tech. So now, as you can see, I've got some base defense here, which will work in my favor as I slowly chop down these trees and reopen this way myself. As always, having a few troops, regardless of when, where, how, just make sure you have troops, because it's better to have them and get attacked than not have them and getting your ass handed to you and you're rushing around like a headless chicken, not knowing what to do, what to build, where to put it, you know, what's going to be a better defense, what's not, what's going to falter and what's going to stand against them. You know, it's all relatively simple once you calm down and just think it through. And yeah, if you're being attacked by airbase, well, anti-air in it. If you're being attacked by heavy gunners, well, build some heavy machines. If you're being attacked by general crap like this, just build some defense towers. Make sure they don't fall. Rule of thumb. Let's build a few berserkers. They can look after me, guys, for a bit. Because I want to build this airbase. Oh, I don't have enough ore. Out of ore. See what I mean? Our resources. It's literally, it really is that easy to misplace or mislead yourself and not concentrate on your resources or whatever and just blank it. Oh, gone. Just realised because I don't have any, I cannot repair any of my castle or my fortresses or anything. Now I have shouldn't be an issue. Now see, people are starting to wander off people things, that's not good. Now I should have enough to build this bad boy. There, I'll do. Now when you're actually trying to build your base, you've got to think a little ahead. To be fair, you know, you've got to think, well, if I'm going to have multiple areas like this, I'm going to need bigger spaces, because I'm going to need 3 or 4 of these troop centers next to each other. I'm going to need 2 air bases next to each other. So you've got to try and allocate the space before you've actually used it, or got to the point of using it, because otherwise you get to this point and you're like, oh crap, well I'll just chuck it there, and then you're going to be spending 10 minutes trying to figure out where the hell you're looking before you realise you were already looking at what you were trying to find. But because it was all over the shop, you had no idea what you were actually looking at. I know that actually sounds really quite confusing now I've said it, but when I was thinking it, I understood it. I got what I meant. So, ish. A bit. But yeah, guys, don't forget, I always do say this, you know, leave some comments, subscribe, whatever comments you want. If you want to see any certain type of game or anything, you know, drop a comment in. I will get around to it. I'll go off, I'll sort it out. And I will give you some basic tutorials, or if you want to walk through, I'll do my best to find all the bits and bobs that you guys are after. Or, you know, just a let's play, you know, by all means, I'm happy to go online and get my ass completely handed to me for you guys to, well, laugh at, take the piss of how bad I really am at it. You know, by all means, yeah, go for it. I am more than happy to accommodate for you guys. So, yeah. Well, hey, so the next one we'll be doing is, obviously, I'm going to be building my army. I'll walk you through what I generally did and what ideas I was looking at, because as you can see, the enemy isn't exactly making it, well, they are making it difficult, but they're not making it easy. You know, they are definitely keeping me on my toes, which I enjoy. I don't like just sitting here for hours looking at the bloody screen waiting for resources to go up and not being attacked or anything, because, well, I get bored. And you lose interest and you turn off the game, you know how it goes. Why in the world is my army just sat there getting killed? Go and attack, kill. Have fun. Guessing I need to build up a bit more of an army, guys, because these guys are just stood around getting shot. If I wanted meat shields, I would have bloody ordered villagers. Jeez Louise. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you guys, we have shield generators in this game. Please tell me, come on, seriously guys, you gotta know what a shield generator is. It's that fun little thing that gives you a shield. Oh my. Right, what am I looking for? What am I doing? That's right, I want to build heavy weapons, don't I? I'm gonna have to build some energy platform, that's fine. Chuck that there. Chuck an energy platform down with it, because that's how all this crap works. Let's build some fighters. Send them out. So, right guys, I think that'll do it for this tutorial. I've given you some basic general keys, hints and tips, like I said about the towers, general positioning of defences, placing buildings, because, well, trying to plan a little ahead will help you out in the long run. Obviously, if you've got limited space, it's going to help out a lot more. Obviously, you can build a bit closer than what I have. I like to keep things a little spaced out, except for the houses. I really do cram those things in there. That's what she said. Well, in this case, that's what he said. Oh dear, maybe we should just forget that last bit. Never mind. And yeah, on the next one, we'll be building an army. We'll walk through that. General numbers, keys, depending on the difficulty of the enemy, depends obviously on the size of your army, stuff like that. But yeah, we'll build an army, a basic one, and we'll see how far we can get into finishing off this level with that. I don't think it should be too difficult, but hey, we'll have to wait and see. Anyways, I've been D4 Takedown, the Welsh Madman, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and please comment. I am happy to hear from it. Does not matter what it is, happy to hear from you guys. Until then, take care.